So as to grow our industry, we do have to consume our own products and show to the world that also we have a new product on the market. That's why we are trying to consume our own meat, and that is rabbit meat. Something else I can speak about rabbit meat, there are people who are doing this in the villages. We are trying to also support them. That's why we decided to consume this rabbit meat. We are supporting them so that they can have some good living standards back there in the villages, and also to show people that even rabbitry, you can do rabbitry as a business and a way of living today in Uganda, because we as the youth, we are having a problem of maybe employment. It's so scarce, but if we decide to go with rabbit meat and consuming it, we support our fellows in this industry. This means that we are going to promote them in the next coming years and promote our own industry to be well versed in this country, Uganda, and the world at large.
Rabbit meat is delicious, first of all, from chicken meat and others. For example, if you ask the press, the normal people, have you ever tasted on rabbit meat? They will simply tell you that it's what? It resembles that of of the chicken. But for the chicken, somehow the other one is more delicious. So we choose rabbitry because for me, I'm at university, it's the one paying my fees. That's why for me, I would advise people to rear rabbits. I consume rabbits and also what? A farmer.
Nowadays, there is a steady growth in the consumption of rabbit meat, and other rabbit products, such as urine, have found application in the agricultural sector.
Market is there, as I've told you that one, there are three types of markets for rabbits. The first one is the pet market. People who want to have them as pets at their home, they buy them. Then secondly, the meat market. People who eat them, who want to eat them, because there are people who have got to realize that rabbit meat is one of the best meat. So they buy that meat. And for us, they always come, they always call us, and then we give them, we deliver to them. And then there are those ones who are starting to rear rabbits. So that is the market number 3, breeders market. Those who are starting to rear rabbits, they buy them and then start rearing. So anybody who is rearing rabbits will have those 3 types of markets, and they are there. Yes.
Akatale k'obunyuka n'okalaba weekali naye kakati obuzibu bwe tufuna nti tuli batono. Akatale keetaaga nga mulinga 6 n'omanya nti bwe tunajja 10 ewa gundi, wiiki ejja tujja 7 ewa gundi, ate 5 wiiki eddako tujjeyo, nga sinzidde ku nnamba gye bakuwa, kuba bw'oba ogendedde eddala eri mu bannaffe ababulya ekkiro bagigula $2.5. Naye kati bano abaana ababutunoonyaamu bakuwa $1.5. Bo ne batwala eri. Kati bo bava nju ku nju nga bw'olaba enkoko nti olunze bibreyira, ababutimba ne bajja ne bakola ki? Ekyenjawulo nti bo bano basalira wano tebatikka. Ne bakuwa kiro emuno $1.5. Ne wagenda n'awalala, kati bo kisinziira babbalize babatumye. Kuba nze natuukako ku Sheraton emabegako eri. Naye era kye bantegeeza nti twagala otusaavinga okumala emyezi 5. Owulidde nga buli wiiki otuwa kiro 10. Okiraba? Naye nga baagala buli wiiki mbawe kiro 10. Ekyambeerera ekizibu era saddayo. Owulidde nga kiba kyetaaga ne twegatta nga tuli oba bata ne bwe tubanga 10. N'omanya nti ono bw'awaawo wiiki eno oli n'awaayo wiiki eri okukakana ng'omwezi guweddeko. Nga mujira kubanga ekiro bagigula $2.5. Akati bw'oba owaddeyo kiro 10, kilo 10 ze milioni zo 2.5 n'olidde n'oli n'afuna kilo 10 n'oli n'afuna omwezi bwe gutuuka ne babagabira nga buli omu atwalako nti gwe munnaye waleeta 10 ate gwe waleeta 7 ekikyambeeredde ekizibu okubanoonya abasobola okulonda kubanga nfubye nengaba n'okugaba nengabira abantu muganda wange aliwo muganda wange eyo mutabani wange ali eri Gindi Jinja Kalooli awo Lugoba nemugabira naye kati twenkanya naye kati tuli babiri.
Talking about the market, unlike beef and chicken, rabbit meat is not that way. Rabbit meat industry is going to only work when you have the numbers. Not only having 2 or 3 rabbits, that's not enough for you. You need to have the numbers so that the market can be on your side. Because if you don't have the numbers, it means you are going to be out of the business as soon as possible. So if you have the numbers with you, say maybe you have at least 100 rabbits that you can slaughter on a monthly basis, that's okay with you. So that if we buy meat from you today, we can come next week and the other week pick meat from you, the same person. Unlike having it that we come for once, need 100 kgs or maybe say 20 kgs, we take those this week and you have nothing to sell to us next week maybe. So the rabbit meat is open and very, very open, though it has been suffering for some time, but at least now there is a way forward for us as the rabbit meat consumers. The market is there. We are promising the Ugandans out there that the market is there and it is ready market. Just if you have the numbers. Rabbit market works with numbers, not with a few rabbits, but numbers. You need to have the numbers with you. The market is open. We are getting more people into the value addition chain right now. We are getting more and more and more people coming into the value addition chain. People doing rabbit sausages, people doing rabbit pizzas, people doing a lot of things with the rabbit meat. So we are talking about something that Ugandans are not yet known to. But if they decide to keep these rabbits with them, they have the numbers. We assure you the market is there, both in Uganda and the region, East Africa.
Rabbit is all about the numbers. You can't be in a market alone. You can't supply alone. So for me, what I do, I rear rabbits, but again, I support others in villages. I support them, and I also consume because it's delicious. First of all, I have there my grandma. She told me that for us elders, we like meat which doesn't have more fats, and rabbit meat doesn't have fats. If you slaughter it, it's plain, it's white meat. Doesn't have any fat. So I advise people to rear rabbits. The market is ready. Let me give an example. You can move in the villages. You find these people selling maize. You can pass and say, but where is the market? But in the evening, as you come back, you find when it's what? It's over. That's how rabbit market is. Its demand is high, but you can't just stay there and wait for it. You have to add value.
Speaking of rabbits market, most of their prices are determined according to the breed, size and sex. On our local market, the many range from 100,000 Ugandan shillings for a male rabbit to 30,000 Ugandan shillings for young females.
Ennume ennene bwe zityo nga nzitunda $5,000 kati ate enkazi zirina kubeera nto zo esatu. Kaakati 3 n'etaano gye $8,000. $8,000 oba osobola okutandika ng'ofunidde ddala ekirungi. $6,000 ninawo $5,000 ninawo $3,000 na buno peya nje kuguza ogumu ekitundu obuno peya $3,000 buno obuto buno naye bwe kaba nga kavudde wano ate awo mba nkatunda 2 kisinziira bw'okasanze 3 bwe kati oli nagamba nti nze ntwala 2 mpa 5,000 toyinza kugoba ssente. Nagamba nti kati nze mpa 6,000 otwalirako obukazi bumeka nti bwe bityo bwe tutambula. Togoba ssente kubanga akamyu kekintu kyotateekamu noga nti nze nfiirawo era bwe kataalye kino kajja kukogga. Kati waliwo akazaala 8 ogusembye eri. Kakati 8 ddala bonna buubwo bukuza obusemberayo ddala eri. Mu butuufu bw'oli bwakugamba nti ntwalira ku 3 ng'omugaana tosobola. Wenda okukabala nga kalidde nga gumu kitundu baakazaala olaba okiwulidde nga tolina kyotaddemu kubanga buno bwange badde tebutera kulwala. Bwakalwalako omulundi gumu ne nteekamu eddagala muli mu kadomola.
Raising rabbits is a very profitable and a very good source of income for a person with good skills and hard working.
Most Ugandans rear the local rabbits, and those local rabbits don't weigh the kilograms. For instance, you may find a local rabbit having 1 kilogram, but these exotic rabbits, you find one having at least 7 to 10 kilograms. And the reason why we rear them because of the consumption and the demand for the meat on the market. Because you may find a client or a consumer who needs, let me say, 50 kilograms on a daily basis. But if you have those local ones, you cannot supply the demand, or you cannot sustain the demand. You may not be ready to serve them because of that. But when you have these, the exotic ones, you can manage the demand. And according to the number of people who are farmers who deal in this, which is very low, you cannot get the meat. But if at all the farmers increase in number, as our wish or our will to teach them so that they can know the value and the importance of this business, and they should know that you can maximize profit out of this business. This business does not need a lot of space. That's one. This business does not need a lot of time because we have what we call a classic way of rearing these rabbits, or how we deal in rabbitary. It does not consume a lot of time. You can make your business within your house. You can make your business within your kitchen or somewhere, a simple arranged area. And this business does not need age. An old person can do this business. A young child can do this business. Our people in our country is that they should be useful through dealing in rabbitary.
Rabbit production serves many purposes, and they are used for meat, wool, skins, pets, and even as laboratory animals for research.
Rabbits have got different products. I've talked about meat. There are droppings. Then there is urine. There is the skin. Those are some of the products. Now about urine. Urine is used in many things. Some people, there are factories which make medicine from it. It can also be used directly to our plants because it works as fertilizer and even pesticide, as in killing the pests. So to your farm, when you're rearing rabbits, you can collect that urine and use it to kill the pests on the plants, or adding fertility to the soil. Yes, but selling it, before COVID, Kenyans used to pick it from here, but I think something happened. They didn't come back after COVID. They didn't come back to buy it. We also don't know why. But for us Ugandans, all rabbit lovers, we have started an initiative of using that rabbit, of adding value to the rabbit urine. For example, at Ed Animal Breeders, we have started making a liquid which is we call smell remover or smell master. People having latrines, they can put it in the latrine and then it takes away the smell. You know, some people have stingy latrines. So that product we have made, we have started making, it is put in the latrine and then the smell goes away. So that's how. So we want to start. That's the project which I've just started on a lower pace because of funds. But once we get funds, we want to make a big factory and then we start buying all the urine from farmers so that we produce a lot of that smell master. And then the droppings are easy to use. You just put them in the soil, and then you get high yields. People who are using it have really tested, and they have the yields of their crops have actually increased. The crops are doing well. It's about the skin. The skin also, you know, we lack funds to add value to some of the products because that's the problem here in Uganda. For example, we have not yet started adding value on the skin. I saw a woman who was making carpets from the rabbit skin, but I think is still doing it on small scale. However, the skin of the rabbit can be used to make shoes, can be used to make bags, belts, and many other things.
Omusulo ogwo bw'obanga okoza amazima n'otagwongeramu mazzi, naye kati obuzibu bwava kuba nti tugwongeramu amazzi. Ekidomola kati kiri ku mitwalo 10 n'egyo ekyomusulo, naye nga omusulo gwatuukako ne ku mitwalo 7 ekidomola. Kati bannayuganda bwe twamanya nti guli katale nga twongeramu amazzi tuweze, kati akatale ne kajabulukuka, naye kati bakigula emitwalo 15 ekidomola. Na buno bukalimbwe bwabwo babukozesa abalima ennyaanya, kubanga bwo tekyetaaga nti obulinde buwole oba obukole ki, bw'obukuŋŋaanya bw'oti oteeka buteesi ku munyaanya. Abalina ebimuli bwe bityo ng'ebyo oteeka buteesi ku kimuli, ng'ekimuli kigimuka. Kaakati byebyo kubanga amaliba goba kati babusala bubi, osanga nago gandibaddeko n'omugaso, naye oli bwe bakasala akayuza buyuza bwati, naye kaakati ababusala ku maliba babusala bubi. Ensonga lwaki amaliba tegayinaawo ki, tegayinaako mugaso, naye ng'ebirala byonna biba bya mugaso.
Its urine, it acts as a pesticide. For example, if you mix its urine with ready pepper, you can spray it on what? These people who are using virtual gardens, these small gardens, instead of using the other chemicals which bring cancer and what, they would use rabbit urine. That's for us. That's the reason why for us we are venturing it. For me, I'm on university 2.4. Within 3 months, I get it from rabbits, 2.4, and Uganda study, and all in all, we are on a good advantage, on an advantage, because right now there are many people who are adding it value. They're adding value on it. Let me give an example. We have Yosa. They make rabbit samosas, rabbit pizzas, and also they sell rabbit. We have Genexas. We deliver there our meat. They are in a race of adding what? Value on our meat. So for me, I would advise people to rear rabbit.
There's certainly more money to make when you practice rabbitry. Due to the fact that they occupy small space, breeding rabbits requires less capital compared to other animals. My name is Chris Chitaka Haman, and this is Smart 24 TV.